Hello everyone. Dear students, today we'll do VI characteristics of solar cell experiment. Now for that, here is a circuit. You can observe this circuit. The left side you have solar cell. This is solar cell. Solar cell is connected in parallel to voltmeter, and in series we have a rheostat, that is a variable resistor here, and in series to the variable resistor we have a milliammeter connected here. So in the circuit we have only 4 components here. So we need a solar cell, we need an voltmeter, we need an ammeter, and we need a variable resistor. So let us look into the circuit board. Here is a circuit board. This is a circuit board. Now we all know that solar cell is a device which converts optical energy into electrical energy, right? So here, instead of optical energy of as sun, we'll use a bulb here. This is the bulb. So the bulb, and here is a solar cell. This is a solar cell. So solar cell is inside this. So instead of solar energy, we are using a light energy using the help of a bulb. Now let us connect the circuit. So here is a circuit, right? Let us first connect the circuit. Now you can see that as soon as I connect this switch here, this is a switch connected to the bulb which is connected to the circuit here. So the light is on now, and we placed a solar cell in front of the light source. So let us connect the circuit according to the circuit as I shown you before. Now here is a circuit. You can see the solar cell is in parallel to voltmeter, right? Let us first connect this. Now here is the voltmeter. You can see this is a digital voltmeter. This is a millivoltmeter and this is milliammeter. So we are studying about the VI characteristics of solar cell. So I need a voltmeter and I also need a ammeter. Now let me connect this here. The positive of voltmeter and this is the negative of the voltmeter. So to the positive of voltmeter, this is the positive of the solar cell and this is the negative of the solar cell. Now let me connect parallelly, that is positive to the positive terminal and negative of the solar cell to the negative terminal. So this is my first connection. Now you can observe that the voltmeter positive is connected to a rheostat. So voltmeter positive is connected to a rheostat. This is the pot, which is actually a resistor pot, which varies the values between 0 to 1000 ohms. Now let me connect the next part of the rheostat to the ammeter positive, and from the ammeter negative it is connected back to voltmeter negative. So here the negative of voltmeter is connected to negative of ammeter. Now let us start with the experiment. Now before that, I need to adjust the distance between the source and the solar cell. Let me adjust it to 2 centimeters first. Now this is a tabular column wherein you are supposed to note down the values in the tabular column. Now you can see we'll do this experiment for 2 different distances. Now let me take the first distance as 2 centimeters here. So for 2 centimeters, let me first adjust the values here. Now this is a variable dimmer wherein I can adjust the intensity of the bulb. So let me adjust the intensity of the bulb. You can observe that the intensity is varying as I am changing the intensity. As I move the knob, you can see the intensity is increasing. Now basically, with the small intensity, we'll start with the experiment. Now let me fix this intensity to certain value in such a way that I have the maximum of current to be 2.5 volts, right? Or you can adjust it to any other higher values even, like you can adjust it to 3.5 volts or 4 volts or 5 volts or 5 amperes. Okay, now let us adjust the distance of the solar cell at 2 centimeters on the scale, and let me adjust the intensity of the bulb so that I can have a maximum current here. Now in fact you are supposed to have a zero voltage here, but due to some reason there is no zero observation here. Now the resistance value, as you see, it is 0 now. At zero resistance the maximum current flows. So we assume that this is the maximum current which is flowing in the circuit, and we'll note down that this is a minimum voltage, that is, it is almost, it should be 0 but it is showing some minimum value. So we'll consider this minimum value of the voltage. Now let us note down how the values are taken. Now here is the tabular column. Now the current what you see on the ammeter is about 3.7 milliamps. This is in milliamps, and the voltage is also taken in millivolts. So now for 3.7 milliamps I have the least voltage, that is 0.039 millivolts. Now slowly increasing the resistance will decrease the current value, and you will see that there is an increase in the millivolt meter. Now adjust the current to the next value, that is 3.5 milliamps, so that you will find the voltage as 0.157. Now further increase in the resistance at 3.3 milliamps, and the voltage seems to be 1.8. So this way, by increasing the resistance, you can see the current dropping and the voltage is increasing. So as you increase the resistance to the maximum value, you would observe that the maximum voltage flows in the circuit and the minimum current flows. Now this is the maximum resistance, that is at 1000 ohms. I have the least current flowing around 0.03 milliamps, and you can see the voltage is maximum, that is 0.382. So this voltage is actually open circuit voltage, and the current, the maximum current when it flows in the circuit, that is called as actually short circuit current. So this way, for one distance we have noted the values. For the next time, bring this resistance back to 0 to see that again you have a short circuit current, that is the maximum current flows in the circuit. So now the resistance is 0. You can see that the least voltage, that is 0.03 is seen again, 0.039 where we have started with, and the current is 3.7 milliamps. Now bring this solar cell little away from the light source, say about 8 centimeters of distance, or you can choose any value for that matter. Let me put it at 8 centimeters. Now when the solar cell is placed away from the light source, you can observe that the current value has decreased automatically to 1.9 milliamps. So let me note down this 1.99 milliamps, and now this is the maximum current. Of course it is showing 2 now, so let me take it as 2.0. So 2.00 is the short circuit current now, and the voltage what you see is 0.021 millivolts. Now that the resistance is 0, we assume that this is the maximum current which is flowing, so this is the short circuit current. Now in the same process, increase the resistance, you would observe that the current value decreases. Say for 1.8 milliamps of current, I have 0.129 millivolts of voltage. So now increase this resistance further. So for 1.6 milliamps of current, I have 1.87 millivolts. Now further increase in the resistance. For 1.4 milliamps, I have 0.223 millivolts of voltage. And as you further increase, you would observe that for the maximum value of resistance, the current comes to the minimum value this is the minimum value of current 0.03 and we have the maximum voltage as 0.331. This is open circuit voltage. Let me call this as open circuit voltage 1 and this as open circuit voltage 2, and here I have the short circuit current ICS2. Now that we have the values of voltage and current, now multiply voltage into current, that is V into I, that will give you power. So multiply these two values, you will have the power values. At some point you will observe that the power is increasing, then reaches a maximum value, and from there it drops to minimum value in either of the cases. Now once you finish that, we are supposed to draw a graph. Now for the graph, the voltage is taken on x-axis and the current is taken on y-axis. So once you plot it for two different distances, you find the curves in this way. So when you join all the points, you have two different curves this way. Now wherever you had a power maximum, from there you just drop the perpendiculars towards the x-axis and y-axis, and the same is the case with the second case, that is for the second distance also. Wherever you have a maximum power, from there you will draw the perpendiculars towards x and y axis. Now the difference of these two perpendiculars will give the delta I value, and difference of these two voltages will give you delta V value. So note down the delta I and delta V values and find the resistance. For the resistance, we have Rs is equal to delta V by delta I. So this is about the solar cell.